Well, we'll see if I'm live right now, so... Well, we're ready then to start off the first race of TSRL. Welcome. Hello, goodbye. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I assume it's only then. Jibara, can you please quiet? Welcome to the stream. Anyone have anything to say before the race? Good luck to all you guys, and we can ready up. Just check now your race. Well, we're live now, I assume. Just checking it. Is the audio good? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Well, we're good to go. TSRL's French Grand Prix. And I don't know where to put my phone because I don't have battery on it and I need to look on the display. So, ignore these next few seconds. Thank you very much. So we're just waiting for everyone to pick their tire compounds. We are now just moments away. We're gonna have to invite well, we're still waiting for Jivoda and Grimmy. I cannot reach out right now, so if you have anything important to me, so use Discord please. So here we go. Just gonna sort these things out because the game still hasn't, well, it's French Grand Prix, it's the home of Alpine, so a home race for Grimmy, Ethan Briggy, and Jivoda, who is finally rejoining the league after a break. And we see this is our first driver coming out onto the track. It's Damien in the Ferrari. And I'm just checking if, well, he's not actually the first driver to come out on track, but I'll just check if one of our drivers is finally online. He's going to join mid-qualifying. He's, no, he's not online. Well, we'll worry about that a little bit later. We see the first driver actually to come out on track is Max the Rocket, and the second driver is his teammate Patrick. So we've got 14 drivers, which so 15 drivers, 14 in qualifying, 15 into the Grand Prix, with McLaren driver who's expected to win this race joining mid-qualifying session. We're just looking at Max here, so while everyone's on an outline, we've got a few talking points today. So first of all, the championship leader, Daniele Masso, is going to retire from TSRL after this French Grand Prix. So his lead currently stands with 55 points. Can he extend that? He won the first 4 rounds. He hasn't won the last 3 races. It's been a struggle for him. So it's going to be interesting to see what this very man here, we're riding on board now, can do. And I'm going to, by the way, turn my audio down a little bit because I think it might be too loud. So just to make you sure you can hear me, actually I'm going to turn it all the way down because I don't want anything to interrupt this commentary today. Well, our first driver to come on to the final corner to start the first lap of the French Grand Prix qualifying. It is Max the Rocket, Ben Massimiliano. Here we go. We're gonna ride on board of him on this lap, the whole lap, as he comes towards turn one. Brake on the right hand side just before the curb starts. Turn left, then very fast right hander. Go over the track limits and invalidate your lap time. What about our no, Massa is not quite on a lap. We'll see where Patrick is. There he is. He is coming out through the first few corners. We've got a yellow flags because I believe that's Luca who stopped down the back straight. Well, we're running on board now with Patrick, the second AlphaTauri, coming very, very nicely through the right, then the left, then a little right hander, then this awkward, you want to go to the power, it's an awkward right hander, you want to go to the power very early, but you just can't spin the car around. Then long DRS zone before the chicane in the middle of this straight, before a very, very short straight to scene corner, and then coming into the sector 3 here. Now through this short straight, no DRS of course, down this straight we see Patrick coming through here. We've got a slower Williams on the way, that's Luca. I hope he's gonna get out of the way. He's coming through very nicely through the right hander where Charles Leclerc crashed in 2022, ruining his World Drivers' Championship chances. We see Luca getting out of the way very, very nicely there. Let's just focus on Damie here. The green, bright green helmet on car number 65 through the final bend. He's gonna get the foot down towards the line. What's the lap time gonna be? It's not gonna be very impressive. It's gonna be only 32, I believe. That could be challenge from those behind. What about Patrick? He goes second fastest, 5/10 off from drivers who are still out there. A few drivers crossing the line now. Silva 1.2 off Damie. What about Massa, the World Championship leader, the fastest driver on paper, crosses the line. He displaces his teammate in the provisional pole position by 3/10 of a second. Who is on a lap, on a valid lap? We see Marcus, the winner in Silverstone. It's a decent second sector with 50.1, but we'll see what his lap time is once he crosses the line. It's only third fastest. Last race, his race winner is only third fastest today. But that's a little bit disappointing for him maybe, but well, in the end then you just have to do what you can do, and maybe today it is not his day. What about Lucas coming now towards turn 4 and 3? It's a fourth gear going, then to the long turn 6, just on the fourth gear, purple first sector, as he comes and makes his way down towards the back straight. He's got the ERS on hot lap mode. He's got DRS. There's a little bit of a long slipstream maybe from that Red Bull ahead. Will he give another slipstream down this straight, or is he gonna pull out of the way? I believe that's Martix. Oh, that's a little bit maybe on the edge of impeding. We'll see about that. As comes into scene Lucas through second sector. It is a decent second sector, but there's still margin for improvement, I believe, for him. It's a Ferrari 1-2 currently, both of them in the pits already. We'll see what this guy can do, Lucas. Only 5 drivers have set a lap time so far, so still a lot lap times to set. Here comes Lucas through the penultimate corner into the last corner. Very sharp right-hander. Turn 15, then the foot down, DRS open, down towards the line. What's the lap time going to be? It's going to be 1:37, 1:30.7. It puts him behind his old teammate, just about Kevin, in 4th, Lucas 5th. And just getting info, Ben, the McLaren driver, is not able to race today, which is very unfortunate, but we'll see about that. Maltix on his first flying lap now, as he comes down towards the back, straight towards the slow chicane, as he comes through the left-hander and through the right-hander here, gets the foot down, accelerates. It's a short straight before a scene, and through the fast flag. It's a purple middle sector. Is that just a visual glitch? But looks like his ERS is on a very low. As you can see the red light flashing, we're riding on board. You can see the battery is super low. Oh, it goes. Oh, that's just a lag. I was gonna say he goes off the track, but that is just a little bit of lag coming through towards the penultimate corner, turn 14. Very fast corner there. Let's see what he can do. He invalidates, so that is an invalidated lap time for Martic. Sonny also and Luca have invalidated their lap times. Coming now out of the pit lane is Masto and Damie. Marcus is on a second flying lap, I believe, or is this an in lap? Could be an in lap, we'll see. He comes through the left-hander. No, he's gonna set a lap time. It's not gonna be very competitive, I believe. Yes, as he invalidates as well in the final corner, so he's gonna have to drive a whole lap back into the pit lane as Sonny comes into the pits then. Well, next driver to start a lap, I believe it is it's gonna be this guy, Damie. So we're just gonna enjoy this lap on board of him as he makes his way down towards turn 1. Very, very fast left-hander. You can see that curb starting there as he makes his way through the left, then the right, and then accelerates down the straight towards the right-hander very fast there, then the left. He's trying to match his teammate here. He's doing that quite well. This awkward turn 6, you just want to say to your rear end, please say don't go, and it is not going anywhere for Damie as he accelerates with a 1/10 up on the first sector. So it's a little bit of an improvement. We'll see how he can carry through the second sector. A little bit lag there. Well, we've got a Kevin hosting the session, so you can blame him. And he invalidates. That's an invalidated lap time for Damie. What about Masso? Through turn 1, he comes. Car number 50 very nicely indeed. Keeps it within the track limits, unlike his teammate. Then it's the right-hander of turn 3, very nice one. Through the left, then the right. There's going to be some traffic maybe down the back straight, but not too much. It's a purple first sector, 1/10 up for Masso. Ben is not racing today, so we'll see what challenge. Well, we've got Juvenal, so we'll see what the challenge is going to be. We're right on board of him now. We see Kevin pulling out of the way very nicely there. That's what the yellow flags are for. You don't see the pollard anymore down at the chicane, so someone must have wiped that one out. We'll see now. Second sector, barely improving. So that's a little bit unfortunate for Masso. He's barely improving. And we'll see what he can do through the corner where one Ferrari crashed in 2022. Well, this Ferrari won't crash in 2023 in that same corner. A little bit wide maybe. Oh, you're gonna get a good exit. You can get a good exit, but that entry was a little bit wide into the left-hander through the penultimate corner and into the final corner. Awkward hairpin, trying to keep it within track limits. Masso has kept it well within track limits. Now he's going to just accelerate down towards the line. He's going to improve, but of how much? 0.2 of a second, 1:29.699. Masso extends his advantage to 5/10 of a second. What can Kevin do? He's won a Grand Prix in Austria, remember. I just wonder what can he do today to maybe show Masso any pace that he has. Givaudan sitting out of qualifying. I just wonder what is going on with Givaudan, because he is sitting out in his garage for the whole qualifying session. Here comes Kevin down the back straight. You can see that little blank space on the ERS panel on his steering wheel, so that's just something he needs to be careful of to not run out of ERS, which looks like he's not, as he's lagging quite a fair bit. We can see the Williams getting very awkwardly on the racing line, and did that interfere Kevin's lap times? We've got Jordan, who has left the session, so I'm gonna have to invite him back into it. There we go. Well, that has interfered. Commentary, I don't know what I was gonna say. Anyway, towards the penultimate corner, here comes Kevin. It's a little bit wider entry than most people do, but it has worked out. He's just about kept it within the track limits, by the way. There, that was very, very close there. There's a big traffic jam there on the back straight. Kevin able to improve by 0.3 of a second, puts himself 0.7 behind Daniele Massa. What about Lucas? He's 1/10 up after the first sector. A lot of traffic there. We can see the Alpine, the Ferrari, Ferrari, Alpine, and AlphaTauri there. Now into the chicane comes Lucas through the right, left through the right. Now the orange helmet still from those McLaren days. Wonder when he's gonna change that. We see a lot of traffic behind still now. Second sector 1/10 up. That would put him still P5. Sonny takes that P5 from his teammate now. So another Mercedes replaces another Mercedes in 5th place. We'll see now what can Lucas do. Of course, he got kicked out from McLaren, moved to Mercedes, back to Mercedes where he used to race in S1M. So it's like back to the future if you are Martin McFly. But he's not. He's coming through the final corner. And here he comes. Can he get the lap time in? It's only 3/39 of an improvement. That only keeps him in P6 behind his teammate Silva coming out of the pit lane. Who's on the lap now? Let's have a look. Max invalidated his lap time. I wonder, is Giovedal coming out today? That's going to be something to have a look. And let's have a look on Ethan Mayer specifically, because we've got two Ethans here. I'm going to put the Alpine here. Beautiful camera angle, by the way, on the Alpine on board. Just looking absolutely stunning, that blue car on that sunshine into turn 1 and turn 2. And that is a big mistake. And that is Ethan facing backwards at the exit of turn 2. The Alpine's backwards. We've got 3 minutes on this timer. So these are the final few lap times that will count. What about Marcus? He's improving by 0.3 of a second. That will put him right there with Damie. Can he get past the Damie? Yes, he can. He splits the two Ferraris, so it's a front row, but not quite pole for Marcus, as we have Ethan, who spun again with Martix. So is there contact? I'm just looking if there's damage to either of the cars. And also, I want to check the race director, just in case there's some grid penalties from the contact there. No, which is okay. So we don't have to investigate those during the wait time. But just looking here, because we see a few drivers driving slowly here. The first driver who's going to start another lap is this guy, Silva. So he is going to be the first driver to start his, what should be his last flying lap in qualifying, unless he goes for 2 back-to-back lap times. Well, the Williams in 9th place starts his lap. We see a lot of drivers coming out of the pit lane now. So far, no collisions, even though the pit lane exit is quite dangerously on the racing line. Now we see the AlphaTauri gonna get out of the way, hopefully, as we have that is one of the Williams, I believe. Yes, that is his teammate Luca, just about getting away out of the way. So is that gonna give him dirty air? It looks like maybe, because he's not improving on the first sector. That is something to maybe worry about if you are Silva, if you're a Williams fan, if you're a Leandro, Luca. As he comes his way through the chicane very nicely. Left-hander here, through the right-hander. Nice exit out. Nicely done here. And he's just matching his first lap on that second sector. He needs to improve on this last sector if he wants to get any higher than P9. If I was him, depends how good you are in the third sector. Did you make any mistakes on the first lap? I'm not quite sure, but maybe back out, go for another push lap, try to improve. But that's not the case thing on Silver's case. This is going to be his last lap of qualifying unless he goes for a second push lap straight away, which I don't believe he will, as he invalidates. So this might give him a chance to go for another lap. Well, the car behind him, Patrick, also has invalidated. Just have a look on Max. He's on an out lap. He invalidated his out lap, but he hasn't invalidated this lap time yet. So we have a good chance to see what he can do. Both Masso and Marcus staying out. They are out of qualifying, so they won't be continuing. As we see, I believe that's one of the Alpine ghosts. No, that's Williams. Yeah, that's Silva actually. That's Silva who ghosted there. Well, what's Max's first sector? He might have lost a little bit time there, so he's not improving on this lap. So it's Patrick not. So they are both out of qualifying. Martix is out of qualifying. Eaton, what can he do? Well, just looking here, look how close Kevin is to the back of, I think that is Martix, I believe. I don't know who that is. That's Martix. Just hanging there very close in front, and that is Kevin's lap time ruined, as well as Martix. So yeah, both of them ruining their final qualifying laps, battling out. Just looking at Jordan here, he's just starting his lap, so he's the last driver to start his lap. Masso and Marcus will be out of qualifying for now. They can't improve, as a lot of drivers invalidating. Luca, one driver who hasn't invalidated, he's coming through the back straight. It's a decent second sector. That will put him maybe 10th fastest. He's yet to set a lap time, so anytime is actually an improvement. I want to have a look on Giovinazzo though, when we can, because he's going for the one-shot quali. He's going for the pole. What about Damie? Can he take that front row lockout back to Ferrari? Can he displace his teammate on that provisional pole position, or will it be Daniele Masso again on pole position? What can Damie do? He's accelerating down the main straight. He crosses the line. Damie crosses the line for provisional pole position. What about Luca? He can't displace him. He goes only 10th fastest. It's all coming down to Giovinazzo. His teammates blocking him. Oh, that is so close there. Eaton Mayer blocking Giovinazzo. But how much did that cost Giovinazzo? I believe that cost him at least a 10th. We'll see what his final time is. Very nicely through the penultimate corner. Now down through the final corner towards the line. DRS open. Now it's not going to be anywhere near pole position. It's only 9th fastest for Giovinazzo. Well, that's the end of qualifying then, because I believe Eaton is not on the lap. Yes, he is not. So it's a Ferrari front lockout, but it's Damie who takes pole ahead of Masso. Well, what an exciting qualifying. That was. Here's the running order then. Masso, Damie, Masso, Marcus, Kevin, top 4. That's the first 2 rows. Patrick in 5th, Sonny and Lucas, the Mercedes, pairing very close together, splitting the 2 Alpha Tauris. Then it's the faster Alpine of Giovinazzo. Very disappointing qualifying still for him. 2 Williams cars very close to each other, with Jordan, the only Alfa Romeo, and Grimmy and Martix really off the pace today. Well, there might be some bad blood between Haas right now, because their drivers are not racing again, and we'll see about that. I'm hoping everyone's going to remember to wait that 3 minutes now. Well, we'll see if people actually do. Well, I think someone has read it up. I'm going to grab a little bit of water, so just wait. someone ready though. Just wonder how many laps until we get our first safety car. If you have any guesses, put them in the chat. Here we go. 5 red lights. First race in France for TSRL. 5 red lights. Ferrari front row lockout. It's lights out and away we go. Great getaway for Masso on second place. A little bit slow on the power. I believe that is Masso. Yes, into turn 1 we go. That is Masso on the outside, and Patrick trying to make a little move. There is Marcus, sorry, not Patrick, on Masso. So a little bit slower start for the Ferrari driver. In through the first sector we go. Everyone has made it past quite cleanly, apart from few drivers. We have Gibodar already making some progress with the overtaking the Alpha Tauri. There's Gibodar spun. Gibodar facing the wall. He has spun. But what about Marcus? He's wheel to wheel now with Il Masso, and Gamer Laser Patrick is going to try to get into the mix as well. It's 3 wide into the chicane. Masso goes off the track. He rejoins. He's ahead of both the Red Bull and the Alpha Tauri, with the McLaren getting a double overtake. Kevin is on a big hunt here. He's got past 2 cars down that straight. Can he get past the 3rd car? No, he has to stick behind Masso. And now this is where the Ferrari team games began. It's Masso's last Grand Prix. How much is he going to try to help out his teammate? He's got little damage, if I'm correct. Just looking at his end player, when she no, was just my eyes really there, so he has no damage. Just right on board his rear wing right now, as Gibod already has a penalty. We'll have a look on that later. Masso already having to defend through the final corner, as there's some changes. I believe Sonny coming into the pit. No, Sonny, not Sonny. I believe that's one of the Alpines into turn 1. El Masso holding off Kevin, holding off Marcus and Patrick, but all 4 of them very close to each other, losing around 1.5 seconds compared to Red Bull. We've got a yellow flags at turn 1. That is Max the Rocket without a right hand side end plate, so must have been a little bit contact. Maybe, I believe it's with Martix. We'll see Grimmy coming into the pit lane here with Silva as well. In the sharp end though, Masso still trying to hold off Kevin here, who's gaining. He's gaining. We're going to ride on board Marcus, who's going to have a perfect view of this into the chicane. Masso trying to force Kevin off the track. Kevin responds by getting the elbows out, and that allows Marcus to get into the hunt as well. It's 3 wide towards scene. This is not going to end well. Masso's in the 2nd place. Who is going to come out on top? No, it's Marcus who comes out on top, but still Masso trying to hang it around the outside. A little bit wheel banging between the 3 of them, as contact Kevin loses the back end. He hits Patrick. Kevin able to keep the car facing the right direction, but he's down to P5. Patrick letting him back past, I believe, or just going wide there without an end plate. Patrick goes a little bit wide here. He's trying to fight, just hitting the back of Kevin here, but he's trying to just fight it back. Here's the tire strap strategies. It's a 1-stopper or maybe a 2-stopper. Coming into the pit lane is Sonny right now, but we see Marcus just having to defend against Masso here. Damie 2 seconds ahead of the last race winner, so we'll see how that one plans out as he makes his way through the awkward turn 6 here. You can see the red light on, well, not anymore. I don't think there is a red light. He's got the DRS though. The rear wing is open and the position changes very rapidly there. Masso getting the overtake on Marcus even before they get to the braking zone into the chicane, and he's up into 2nd place, so it's a Ferrari 1-2 again, but he is struggling a little bit. We've got 8 viewers. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to stream. I hope the stream hasn't crashed while I am doing this commentary, so I swear if it has, I'm just gonna check it just in case. But Marcus, look how close he is, hanging to the back of the Ferrari here. So this duo is gonna have an absolutely crazy battle throughout this whole Grand Prix. But here we go. Here we go, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining, he's gaining. Masso's going to defend the inside line. Marcus on the outside, wheel to wheel, into turn one, and through turn first chicane, coming through them, through the first chicane, and in towards turn 3. And we go, and Marcus not able to get past. Martix has got a 3-second time penalty. Well, just trying to get a little bit of a calmer moment maybe here. Just wonder if we are ever gonna get that, because these two just keep fighting, they keep fighting all the time. And here he comes again. Masso, I think, has got this covered this time. Well, no, he's gonna have to defend the inside line. He has defended it quite well. Patrick also still within DRS of Kevin, who's DRSing Lucas and Luca along as well. But Masso really showing some lack of pace today again. Just wonder if this is tactic, because I believe it is, because he's losing 3 seconds to his teammate, so it's not that rapid. We're on lap 4 out of 27 already, so the lap's quite fast flying past. The fit window is around lap number 11 to 12. We'll see when people are going to pit. And I have a different camera angle on board Marcus now. Just coming through the final few corners. Look how close Kevin is hanging to the duo here. We're just gonna ride on board Kevin here as we see Briggy pick up a 3-second time penalty. Here comes Marcus. He's gotta have the inside. Masso forcing it very far to the inside on the left hand side of the track. That compromises his corner there for Marcus, but he's got much better exit than Masso has. Here we go. Kevin's also trying to get past Marcus as well, and Kevin is up into the podium positions here, and he's gonna go for it. He's gone for it. He's gone for the launch on Masso. He's got the position. Kevin O'Reilly up into second place, but was that a little bit too eager for him, because he's now not gonna have a DRS, while Masso and Patrick and Marcus have. It's 4-way fight down the back straight. Kevin has lost 3 positions. Into the chicane we go. It is Masso ahead of Patrick, ahead of Kevin, ahead of Lucas, ahead of Marcus, ahead of Luca, as we've had a I have a little bit of a screen freeze, and we have a spin from Marcus Supra. He's facing the wrong way. Here comes Kevin on Patrick. I don't know who was ahead there before. We see Luca go off the track. Kevin and Patrick wheel to wheel through the right hander. Kevin takes that last podium spot. They're still within DRS of Masso, but how much did Marcus lose? 9 seconds. He's still ahead of his teammate in 8th place. I just wonder, where's Jivoda? Where has Jivoda gone? Kind of worrying where he is right now. Well, we see Luca now coming into the pit lane, and we can focus on that right now. And that's quite an early pit stop for the Williams driver. I just want to check the tires, by the way, because it's going to be quite interesting to see which tires drivers are picking. We've got a virtual safety car now, so this will actually benefit Luca, who's just now coming into the pit lane. Well, it's a front wing change, so that benefit will be gone. Well, we're going to have a little bit of a neutralization moment here. So I'm going to talk about tires. A lot of drivers on mediums, few drivers on hards. Luca maybe can get to the end. Jiboda started on hards, he's going to go to mediums. Soft tire runners, really, they're going to start to pick up those tire wears very soon. This is what I was looking. Kevin has made up positions, so the red Ferrari stay unchanged. Martic has made a few positions up. Marcus, of course, lost out a little bit due to that spin. Just looking, how much can Masso hold off these two? Actually, how many do we have now? 3 cars behind him, so 4-way fight with Marcus and Luca both out now because of the spin and the pit stop. Well, the VSC should be ending soon, so these front runners won't get the chance to benefit from this, and there it is, it has ended, so they won't benefit on that one, and they won't be making a free pit stop. We're running on board the McLaren now, as we can see a little mistake from Masso. Patrick's got a 3-second there behind. We see Kevin playing the long game. He's sticking behind very nicely through the final corner. Look how close these four cars are. Kevin already pulling on to the outside. What can Patrick do? He's got a great run on Kevin as well. He's got a great run on the two of them. Patrick could make the double pass here into turn one. Patrick is up into second place. Kevin and Masso wheel to wheel. Masso down from second at the start of the straight is down to fourth. By the time we get to turn one, Patrick from fourth up to second. Kevin staying third, but it's not the red Ferrari. It is the Red Bull sister team of AlphaTauri up ahead there. Well, we see Masso pick up a 3-second time penalty. Patrick has made a mistake. He has made a mistake at turn 6 where it's super easy to lose the rear end and you just want it to stay, but you can't always stay. All you had to do was stay, but it's not gonna stay today for Patrick is behind Marcus now, as we saw Masso past Kevin. On the meantime, I was talking about the rear end staying. Well, this is now interesting to see, because the gap to the lead is now 4.7 seconds. Ethan picks up another penalty. We see Luca get past Jordan on those threads set of hard tires. Jordan's softs, of course, starting to go off. This is an interesting fight now between the Red Bull team and their sister team, of course, AlphaTauri. How is this gonna play out on these two? But let's just go back to Kevin and Masso here. On about Masso's rear wing, here comes Kevin. He's gaining. Car number 40 pulls out to the outside, wheel to wheel towards turn one again. Kevin on the outside, Masso on the inside, cannot hold Kevin off. Kevin around the outside, overtakes Masso up into that second place once again. But Masso, if he can keep, and he should be able to keep it within the DRS down towards the back straight, he should be able to get that position back. So we're having battles all along. We've got a Kevin, Masso, Lucas. We've got Marcus versus Patrick. We've got Sonny versus Silva behind, maybe even Remy. Ethan versus Martix and Giovedar. It's going to be interesting to see the Alpines. Here comes Masso though. He's gaining on Kevin. We're looking on board Lucas now to see these two juggle for positions through the chicane. Lucas absolutely having the best view of this moment here, as out of the chicane comes Masso ahead of Kevin, as we see Marcus losing out to Patrick, but goes off the track, and I believe Patrick's back pass. We see Kevin spinning it out. He locked up the tires to save it. He has only lost like few seconds, but little mistake from Kevin there. Well, we're gonna see the soft tire runners coming into the pit lane very shortly. Well, Lucas now is the car putting a pressure on Masso, the old McLaren driver on the Mercedes, now driving with the blue halo. The Giovedar gets past his teammate. Here comes Lucas then, down towards turn one, wheel to wheel. Into turn one, Lucas up into second place. What about Masso? He's going to try to hang it, but can he hang it? No, is the ultimate answer. And Lucas is up into second place now. Just wonder how long can these two keep fighting. Oh, here comes Masso. He's going for it. He's made a little bit contact. Lucas getting forced maybe off the track. I don't know. Oh, Kevin with a big snap of oversteer. He is facing the wrong way. I was just going to say he has catched up back to these guys very well. Here comes Masso. He's gaining on Lucas, wheel to wheel. Silva retires. That's a caution at sector 1. It's a safety car out. Where he's here. We see Silva, he's made a mistake at the exit of turn running on Giovedar to see the safety car come out right between the two Alpines. That was so close for Lucas. He was just going to make the move on Marcus, but just wasn't able to do it. And we've got a drive-through penalty for Luca. Of course, you cannot serve that under safety car, so he's going to have to wait. Just so unlucky for Kevin, to be honest. Just a few little mistakes. I mean, it's not quite unlucky because he's made those mistakes on his own. But he just needs to learn from them, and what they say, best way to learn is to make mistakes in any sport. As into the pit lane comes Damie. Just gonna look what Masso and Lucas do. Lucas stays out. Both red. Oh, That's a 5-second time penalty for Massa. He's speeding into the pit lane. He's got 8 seconds penalties. How much will he lose by double stacking now? Is the Ferrari crew ready? Yes, they were. Marcus also coming into the pit lane. Kevin's got also 5-second time penalty. Of course, remember, it's a 37 or 60 kilometers per hour on the pit lane. Oh, Marcus getting held up a little bit by these two. That's car number 48 into the pit lane. Tire change very nicely. Patrick is gonna come out ahead of him still, but Martix has got a 5-second penalty. Both Mercedes cars staying out. I'm gonna have a look on the tires now. Who can make it to the end? I'm surprised Jordan is staying out on track because he's on the soft tires. Why would he not pit? And why would he not pit from those soft tires? That is something I'm still trying to understand. Coming into the pit lane is Max. On those medium tires, he has pitted twice now. He's on the hard tires, which will take him to the end of the Grand Prix with a little bit management. Gibber also coming into the pit lane. Mods. Those are definitely going to the end. I wonder what Lucas is thinking here. He's staying out. He's staying out ahead of Dami and Masso. Luca is up into 4th now. I don't know if he can make it till the end. But I'm just having... Well, now that we are on the safety car, we could have a few little chats. I'm gonna sit down to just calm down myself and drink some water because I've been talking oh so much today. I'll take a little bit of a water break for me. And thank you, Jordan. I asked for the clip, and there it is. If you don't see the top left now, what? He sent a message to our group now. Oh, Lucas coming into the pit. He overtook the safety car. We are gonna give him a penalty for that for sure. Here, also speeding into the pit lane is Lucas. I wonder what he was thinking, but he's gonna get a penalty on overtaking the safety car for sure. I mean, he's one of my drivers in the Mercedes. I just wonder, why did he stay out on that previous lap? No pit. Also into the pit lane is Sonny. Both Mercedes stayed out coming into the pit lane. And Jordan. They just not react, or I don't understand, to be honest, that decision by the Mercedes drivers. What will Jubadar do? Jubadar coming into the pit lane? Yes, he is. So while we're under these yellows, we can have a few chat with what's been going on in TSRL. Well, pleased to introduce you to TSRL Tier 2 starting next week then. Well, if you are focused now, I could read you off the calendar which list for a while. So, for all you who are watching of multiple fan favorite races, we're starting off next weekend while Tier 1 heads to Spa-Francorchamps. Tier 2 is going to start in Austria. We're going to head to Imola. We're going to the other side of the world, to Canada, where, remember, Chiboda and Masso had that little job. We're going to go to the previous race, Silverstone. Then we're going to go to where Tier 1 is heading next, to Brazil. That's going to be interesting to see how some drivers who are switching over to Tier 2 are going to do, but safety car, I believe, is in this lap, so we're not going to talk about TSRL Tier 2 now. We see Grimmy breaking the rules once again, I believe, overtaking on the safety car. Well, we'll see about that. No safety car is not in this lap because Gibberda, of course, is not in the queue yet, so Vermaelander is going to have another lap under this safety car. So we're going to have another lap of good talking here. Well, Matthews, Martix, where he is, currently stands in 10th place on the last on this podium. Well, now we can talk about the tires now. Actually, I forgot. Who I think you can make drivers who are on a fresh heart. Maybe Luca, Martix. Those two will have a little bit of struggle. We will see well, we'll see what happens here. Just wondering. Oh, I don't know what I was gonna say, but yeah, just wondering what happened with Kevin and Master. They're just unlucky, to be honest, and nothing no one could have done. And we see Luca teleporting 2,000 miles backwards, and we see the AlphaTauri of Max the rocket spin, and well, that was a little bit interesting. I wonder how many of these drivers are going to get a 5-second time penalty for overtaking Luca, or just was to a glitch. And we see Marcus and Patrick swapping places. Oh, well, now we've got the safety car in this lap. We're going to have Davey lead the field. Massa needs to stay within 10 car lengths of his teammate, of course. So we will see what happens there. I believe it was a little bit of contact between few drivers. I think it was Patrick and Marcus who made a little bit contact. Well, we see Damie warming up his tires. We are just over the halfway point of the Grand Prix now, and we see Damie pulling a little bit of a gap, 0.8 of a second to his teammate. Lucas got a 5-second time penalty for collision with Mateusz Martix. So quite a fair bit of a gap between Jordan and Sonny, so there might be a penalty incoming for Jordan for leaving too much of a gap. We've got a safety car, I think, deployed. We've got Luca out of the session. I don't know where he has gone. He's gone with Martix. So those two are out. Do we get another safety car? I wonder. No, I don't think so. Into turn 1 though. Marcus overtaking Massa wheel to wheel through turn 1 and 2. Marcus on the outside of turn 2 gets forced almost off the track by Masso. Masso has the inside in towards turn 3 as the two of them go wheel to wheel through turn 3, through turn 4 now. He's going to have the outside of turn 5. Marcus will, but on the inside Masso gets that second place. But how much better exit can Marcus get compared to the Ferrari? As we get this awkward camera angle I don't want to see. We're going to ride on board Kevin because those camera angles are so awkward. Masso, very late move there by Masso to try to cover off Marcus. We see Marcus losing out to Kevin as well, and Patrick up into 3rd place. So just wonder, was that a little bit too late from Masso? We'll see with the FIA stewards and F1 stewards with the FIA as well. Behind though, there's a little bit contact, and we've got a safety car because I believe that's the front wing end plate from Sony, which is gone, and I believe that is also some damage to a few other drivers, including Jubino. No, just up. Well, there is Grimmy getting brake checked by Max, I believe. Oh, we'll see. I think Kevin's gonna come into the pit lane to serve that 5-second. No, he's not coming into this pit lane. I mean, why would he? So one driver who definitely needs to come into the pit lane soon is well, Grimmy Aiton is actually out of the Grand Prix. Well, we're gonna have some investigations after the Grand Prix. Well, we've got another safety car, so I'm gonna have to think about something to talk about now. Well, we've got a few incidents. There is definitely some hot stuff in the air. Yeah, remember, because we saw Silva crash out with Jordan. Those two are actually teammates for next season. Well, we could go through some news on TSRL. In the meantime, well, there is quite a lot of driver news. Well, Jordan signing to Williams for next season, and Anatoly replacing Sonny at Haas, who's returning from his loan to Mercedes Reserve, and today replacing Ian Morris. Whatever Ian having to face today, I don't know what it was. It's just very bad news, personal stuff. So if it's something serious, we are very sorry for you, Ian. But good luck to you in the future. Well, two Scott drivers still in the Grand Prix in 6th and 7th as it stands, as they make their way through the right hander. Everyone's behind the safety car now, but we are gonna one more lap under yellow flags here. We've got a Williams double DNF, so that is going to be a hefty price to pay for the blue outfitter. We see the two Mercedes swapping. Oh, coming into the pit lane is Sonny. He takes the lead from momentarily because the pit lane entry is in such an awkward place. He comes in. I was wondering who is someone going to react during this safety car, and the driver to react is Sonny. He's changing his front wing. Also telling you, during this race going on, we've got some news on our partners. Well, Aero Formula Racing EFR currently live on Austria Sprint Weekend, so make sure to check that one out, of course, after TSRL. Well, some partnership news. We've got SSR. Nox is known as the House Team Principals only, where I am FIA now. So make sure to join there if you still haven't also joined our other partners, including W Community, FRS, SVF1, and the two I already mentioned before. As Damien leads the queue under the safety car for the rest of this lap. Just looking at time penalties right now, one driver's really pointing out is Martix with a 14-second time penalties. He's going to be very surely close to disqualification. Master's got 8 seconds, which 5 can be removed. Patrick is in a good position with only 3. Kevin, that 5 second he can serve off. Also Lucas can serve that 5 seconds, so he's gonna have 3 seconds left. But those track limit penalties will be crucial towards the end, and I will be keeping you up to the date on those. We've got safety car in this lap. I'm gonna grab a very quick water here. Well, it feels like another Wonderland. We see Damie backing the pack off now. Let's see how close will Masto stay to his teammate this time, and will there be another incident on the safety car restart. These moments are the most crucial moments in the Grand Prix. Bram Mylander just coming through the penultimate corner. He's entering the pit lane. He crosses the first safety car line now. Now Damie is freed to go whenever he wants. But when is he going to go? He's gone now. Masto has left a little bit of a gap, so a little bit slower reaction time for him. So we're going to focus on him now. So you see Patrick closing in on Masto. Down the main straight we go. Masto defends very far to the inside line. Patrick's going to go for it on the outside, wheel to wheel through turn 1. Very awkward camera angle we get, but Patrick's trying to hang it around the outside, just couldn't do it. And here comes Marcus and Kevin. Kevin lost out to Marcus, who might also get past Patrick now. Marcus only up into 4th, but that is still some progress. Getting past Kevin there. Their old teammates wheel to wheel now. Kevin with Marcus through there. Can Lucas get into the mix as well? 3 cars separated by such a tiny margins. I don't know where the camera got lost, but we'll see Givoda as well right behind here, as we see Lucas trying to get the pressure on Kevin here. Up ahead, Patrick still behind Masto. Well, Masto ahead of Patrick, ahead of Kevin, ahead of Lucas, ahead of well, now Marcus ahead of Lucas, and Givoda may be getting past Lucas as well. Through scene we go. We see up ahead as well Patrick going around the outside of Masto into the left-hander. No contact, and Masto holding off that 2nd place, but Marcus getting past, getting up into 5th there. Givoda ahead of Lucas as well. So a lot of fighting, the gaps very close right now. Max losing a little bit time to Lucas. He's forming up his own trade. We've got a yellow flags. I believe that's Martix, and we can see he's just done a manual retirement, if I'm correct, which is not allowed by the rules, so that's going to be maybe a penalty. Towards turn one we go. Masso on the inside of Patrick. Patrick tries to go around the outside, just has to back out of it, to be honest. But look how much greater exit that Marcus has got compared to Kevin. Through the left-hander we go. Martix has made his call back into the pit lane, so that's okay. Jivoda on the inside of Marcus. He's trying to go for the mix as well here. He's wheel to wheel with Marcus. He's past Marcus. He's up into 5th place now. We've still got those yellow flags, but that's just a pit lane there. As we see all of them make their way in a single file towards the chicane, and coming out of the pit lane back is Martix. For some reason the AI is coming back out of the pit lane, which is stupid. But I am not Codemasters. I'm not coding this game, so you cannot argue with me about this one. As we see them all make their way through scene now. Here comes Patrick. He's on the inside. He's trying to get the place very, very aggressively on Massa. He's going to go for the moves on a place where you normally don't see overtakes, especially through the left-hander in sector 3. I think that's turn 12 if I'm correct, and into turn 14 now. Wheel to wheel. This is where you usually don't see cars side by side. Patrick behind Massa still, and Lucas trying to get back into this queue. We've got 6 cars separated by 2 seconds. Patrick is going for it on Masso. Jivoda is going for it on Kevin. Patrick's got past Masso. Jivoda's got past Kevin. 2 overtakes down the main straight. So a lot of racing France, proving that it is an absolutely amazing track for racing. I'm still gutted it's not in the calendar for this year's, and we have Vegas. I'm excited for that. I want to see what it brings, but so gutted France is not in there. Here comes Masso, though. He's got the DRS now. Has Patrick put himself in a bad place now? Because here he goes. Here's Masso. Can Jivoda get past as well? He's on the inside into the chicane. He's trying to defend against Kevin, actually, but he has done so well. Masso goes off the track, cuts the corner there. That is going to allow Patrick and Jivoda to get past their wheel to wheel towards scene. The right-hander very fast, and out in front is Jivoda, who started 9th. He's up into 2nd place. He was last at some point. He's now up into 2nd place. Masso really needs to catch up to Jivoda now. These two, we saw it in Canada, had such a fantastic fight between each other. Here we go. Through the left hand, of course. You need to remember both of them on hard tires. Just sorry, I think Jivoda is on the medium tires, so yeah, he has that rubber advantage, which was one reason he might have gotten up to 2nd place so fast. And for how much longer can he hold that 2nd place? Well, at least down the main straight he can do that. He can hold off the Ferrari of Masso. So looking at Kevin getting a little bit pressurized by Marcus there, and maybe well, Kevin's got now the track limit penalty. He was talking a lot about it with me on the pre-race and during the safety cars, that the track limit penalties are crucial and trying to avoid them. Well, he's got one now. They're all gonna have DRS, so we've got so many cars within DRS of each other. One man who doesn't have DRS is Jivoda, and he's passed by Masso, who's very low on battery, to be honest. That red light flashing at the back of the Ferrari, and we see Marcus going off the track. So 2nd Red Bull off the track today for a 2nd time. He rejoins back right behind his queue. Lucas has lost out a little bit of time to Patrick, so are we seeing the top 4 now start to pull away from the rest of the pack? That is something I wonder. Will we see a lot about this race? It's been an absolute thriller. Masso trying to let Jivoda pass 2 of them wheel to wheel now. Masso goes off the track. That surely is a penalty, as there is Jivoda getting spun by Masso into the barriers and the end plate gone. Where is he going to go? Is he going to stay on track? Yes, he is. He rejoins quite safely and gets right past Lucas with a fantastic exit, of course, by cutting the track, which is, I mean, that's probably not going to be a penalty. Well, we'll see if that's going to be a penalty for him or Masso on that contact. And you see the Jivoda really struggling without that end plate. He's the only driver with Marcus without a penalty so far. But that is such an unfortunate crash because those two have had such a great battle throughout this whole Grand Prix. Then here comes Patrick then. He's got DRS. I don't know how I'm gonna make this race into race highlights, which are supposed to be 10 minutes long, because we've had so much action, and the action is going to continue for the next 8 laps. Here comes Patrick. He's up to second place. These 5-6 cars have just been swapping places, left, right, center, every single lap. We're having action like it was the very first night in Formula 1 in Silverstone, and it was the very first night for these guys racing ever in karting. Here comes the two of them wheel to wheel. We've got a beautiful camera angle. We see them make their way through the right-hander onto the left before the final 2 corners. Massa's gone a little bit wide on the left-hander, and Patrick just trying to stay behind. Maybe can he get the DRS? Damie just finding his own business. He's pulling away. It's such a massive gap. He's going for the second win of the season, I believe, for him. As here comes Patrick. Patrick is gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gonna dare to make the dive from in towards turn 1. No. Here comes Patrick. Patrick is gonna gain. He's got past Masso, but that might be a little mistake. Might be a little mistake by Patrick, because he's gonna have to defend without DRS here. And here comes Masso. He's gaining. He's gaining. He's gonna have the DRS now. Patrick already pulling on to the left-hand side of the track, but here comes Masso. He's gaining. He's going on it. He's on the inside into the left-hander. Masso overtakes Patrick up into that second place. Patrick goes a little bit wide. That might allow Lucas to get into the mix as well. Here comes Lucas, but just not quite close enough to him. And we see Kevin has made another pit stop, so just wonder, are those tires going to go off? We see Patrick and Masso having battled so much. Their ERS is very low, while I believe it's Lucas. Yeah, it's Lucas, not Sonny, whose ERS is looking quite fresh, but he's got 11 seconds worth of time penalties. So there's a 6 seconds of track limits and 5 seconds of speeding in the pit lane. Patrick still 6/10, so he's a little bit too far to make a move into turn 1, I believe. Looking at Givaudan, he's losing out to these guys. Well, he still has that end plate damage, but just wondering. Well, he should actually have them. Why did I think his end plate fell off? Is it just me, or did his end plate fall off? I don't know. Patrick not close enough to Masso as I assumed. Here he comes. He's gaining. Gaining through the right-hander, through the left-hander, and then the right-hander turn 5, and then turn 6 that he needs to make his way through without spinning. Sonny, another 3-second time penalty for track limit. That puts him up into 9 total seconds. Kevin on those new mediums, fastest lap of the race, 1:32.7. That won't help him if he's not in the top 10. Here comes Patrick. He's get past Masso. He's gonna get the elbows out. He's forcing Masso off. He almost forced him off down the straight. He almost forced him off again in the chicane. Masso, although Patrick giving almost no room, is able to keep that second place. Here comes Patrick though towards the right hand of Steen. Oh, just not close enough. Can Lucas get into the mix in towards the right hander? No. No way for Lucas to get there any closer than he previously was. We've got 5 laps, so 5 laps till the end, so we're gonna have a little sprint towards the end. Unless there's a safety car, Kevin is gonna get that 10th place. He's gonna actually get that point because he's on top 10. Gonna have 10 finishes, hopefully seal all the points out. Max 3-second time penalty. Here comes Patrick, his teammate, has got a 3-second penalty, while his teammate also has a 3-second time penalty, which is 5 less than Masso. He's trying to gain. We've got yellow flags, and that is Kevin, who spun. He's made another mistake, so yeah, his race is over. A really, really disappointing Grand Prix for McLaren, who are trying to fight Red Bull maybe Mercedes and Haas for that second place on constructors. Haas, of course, scoring 0 with no drivers racing, but Mercedes and scoring good points, and Red Bull some decent points with Marcus, if he can make his way a little bit higher up as well. Well, looking at Patrick here, he's gaining on Masso, gaining wheel to wheel towards the left-hander. Here comes Masso, he's gonna cut over the chicane almost there, and he almost hits Patrick, who tries to go for the switchback, the cutback move, which it is known as also switchback. Into scene, he's got the inside again, and this time I believe he's got past the Ferrari, and so he is up into second place. Massa running a little bit low on battery, but he's got the beautiful move through the right-hander, and he's got it up into that what it is, second place. And Patrick goes off the track. He went wide already. He goes off the track. Lucas up into the podium positions for the first time in a while. Could he get his first podium after leaving McLaren to go to Mercedes? Could he prove to me that it was a mistake to kick him out? Well, we'll see about that when Ben starts the race. But Lucas doing a phenomenal job for the second team of Mercedes McLaren partnership. Massa's pulled out over a second now. Now, I believe Lucas and Patrick, they need to work together if they want to get back to the DRS of Masso. Because if they do not get back into the DRS of Masso and start fighting, they're going to lose that chances for second place after Masso's penalty. Of course, Lucas having those 11 seconds, so he's going to be a little bit off the podium, I assume. But I saw Patrick make a little mistake. All those tyres really starting to go off. He's got a lot of pressure. Here comes Givadar as well. He's going to be 4 wide, almost into the chicane. Givadar up into third place. Which one of the Mercedes it is that can get up the top? We see Patrick go off the track. He's going to rejoin ahead. Well, this guy's got a 3-second time penalty, which I can remove because he didn't gain that much of an advantage. So that might be removed after the race. Lucas ahead of Sonny and the two Mercedes in 4th and 5th right now, but both of them have 9 and 11 second time penalties, so those might come to hunt them towards the end of the Grand Prix. Well, we've got Givadar on the podium positions back again. Masto already 3 seconds ahead of them. What can Givadar? We've got yellow flags. I think that's Max. We've got a safety car. This could change everything. We've got, no, that's Patrick. Ah, it's Patrick who's gone into the right hand side wall, and we've got safety car right towards the end. This is going to benefit drivers like Jordan, who can pit. Oh, that's so unfortunate because David just about missed the safety car. Do you know what this is going to mean? We're going to have a 1 lap shootout at the end, because we're on lap number 25. We're going to go to lap 26 under safety car, so we're going to have 1 lap under safety car before we go to green, and for 1 lap we're going to have fantastic racing. This is going to mean Givadar might win this Grand Prix because he's got no penalties. Marcus could get up to second place, and then it could be Davey and Kevin, depending on the caps they can create on that single lap. But drivers like Lucas and Sonny are dead. And the stewards will be looked into. Well, it's gonna let you know, Patrick. Oh well, he DNF'd now. But this is going to be interesting to see. Did Kevin come into the pit lane? Yes, he did. He's on the soft tyres. Let's have a look on the tyres. You can have a look on the penalties when the safety guys. Who's going to pull the trigger? Who's going to come into the pit lane on those hard tyres? Damie stays out because he knows it's only 1 lap shootout in the end. Massa slowing down quite dangerously. Yeah, that's definitely driving too slowly under a safety car, I believe, because he was not for 15 seconds behind. He's staying out. What about Givadar? Givadar Ivanov is pulling the trigger. He's coming into the pit lane. Do not get a penalty because he knows he has no penalty. He's going to win the Grand Prix anyway if he can keep it within 3 seconds. Who else coming into the pit lane? Lucas into the pits. It's going to be a 1 lap shootout. This is going to be interesting to see. Because we've got drivers on soft. Jordan's on onto the medium tires. Can they catch up to the safety car though? Look at drivers like Kevin. They're not going to catch up. The safety car, he's going to take 9th anyway. He's not going to catch up to the safety car. And on the penultimate lap, we've got safety car. This is the first time ever, I believe, I have had a final lap shootout. 1 lap of racing after a safety car. It's an Abu Dhabi 2021 situation. Safety car in this lap call is going to come 3, 2, 1. Now it should come out. There it is, because we cannot win this race on the safety car. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars behind the queue. Givaudan just about going to catch up to this. Damie wants to keep the pace up so they don't lose positions to the drivers behind. Here's the penalties then. Kevin's got a 3-second penalty. Oh, that's going to be so unfortunate. Well, he's not going to catch up to the queue anyway. Marcus is going to win this Grand Prix. It's going to be back-to-back wins for Marcus, maybe. This could be a back-to-back wins for Marcus. If he can stay within 3 seconds of Damie, and no, Masso, you are definitely getting a penalty on this. This is over 10 car lengths. Masso is going to get disqualified. I am sure of that. I am making sure of that. Because that is over 3 seconds. He's playing the win for his teammate here. That is so dirty. We've got 1 lap of racing. 1 lap. 1 lap of racing. Here we go. Masso, accelerate. Masso, accelerate. Down towards turn 1. Look at Marcus. He's going for it. On Sonny. He's got up to 2nd place here. But what's the gap to Damie now? We can see it's over 3 seconds, which means Damie would win right now if the race was to finish like this. Masso doing everything to help his teammate. Givaudan has got past him though. Masso goes off the track. He cuts the corner. He's got another 3-second penalty. He takes out Givaudan. Masso takes out Givaudan. Givaudan hits Marcus. We've got a front wing gone for Max there as well. So yeah, Masso on his last race, because he knows he cannot get penalties because he's going to retire. This is going to be dirty. We can see Masso gaining on Marcus. He's going to make the late dive bomb. He goes off the track. What can Marcus do? He's going to go for the switchback. He's got up to 2nd place here as he comes through the right. As he comes through the right. As he comes through the right handle. Very close. Oh, Masso's made a mistake. He spun. He resets the track. He's gone off the track. We see Lucas and Marcus fighting for the final podium. Of course, Lucas has that 6 seconds, so he's not going to get that position here. Givaudan has got a 3-second. Givaudan has got an 8-second time penalties. Oh, that's going to elevate Marcus up to 2nd place. We can see Damie coming across the line. He wins his 2nd race of TSRL. Givaudan is going to take us 2nd place on his return on track, but lose out the podium. Marcus is 2nd, Lucas 3rd, Givaudan ends up in 4th, Sonny 5th, and Max the Rocket 6th. Masso in the end 6th, but he's going to be disqualified probably for that dirty driving. Kevin, last driver to cross the track on here. Kevin crosses the line to come home in last place. Well, thank you for watching the round 8 of TSRL. We'll be back next week in Spa-Francorchamps for the Belgium Grand Prix weekend, and that will be. I will be back to racing on next Friday, with Jack taking over the commentary back next week, if he's home, of course. Well, there's the race results, and thank you for watching. Join Tier 2, Tier 1 next week for TSRL. Thank you.